Good morning, children. Again, I'm in front of you with one more part of the lesson what we are dealing. So, children, we are dealing the lesson metals and non-metals. In the last part, we have studied reaction with acids, reaction with bases, and activity series also I have told. So, today we are going to continue with the next part of the lesson and all the activities what are there in the textbook together I'll make one video in the next week. So this is the last part of the lesson actually in the textbook. In between, I have left the activities that all I'll do in the last video. Okay. So until now we have studied everything about metals and non-metals, and we have come across many examples of metals as well as non-metals. I hope you have remembered till the lesson completed. So like examples like sulfur, carbon, iodine. So one after the other, I'm going to discuss their uses. Okay, children. So sulfur is used in making fireworks, crackers, gunpowder, matchsticks, antiseptic ointments. Not only that, along with these sulfur, we can find in onions, garlic, eggs, hair, and nails. Sulfur is used in the manufacture of compounds like sulfuric acids and sulfates. I hope you know what is the formula for sulfuric acid H2SO4. In that S indicates it is sulfur. Sulfates means SO4. So in that S indicates it is sulfur. So activated carbon is used as a decolorizing agent and also which is used in the water purification systems. Here this carbon is made in a form of carbon rods where we use in purifiers maybe of reverse osmosis, nothing but RO plant or UV, ultraviolet water purifying systems. Okay, when you go to the tincture iodine, it is used in the medical purpose. Already when we have discussed about tincture iodine, I have told already in the videos whatever I completed. Now when you go to the hydrogen, we know hydrogen is also a non-metal. It is used for synthesis of ammonia. Here ammonia means NH3. Okay, in that N is nitrogen, H is hydrogen. So we find H there. Methyl alcohol. So in the methyl alcohol also it is called a hydrocarbon. Okay, children. Methane converts into methyl alcohol. So in that also we have hydrogen. About these hydrocarbons you are going to learn in 10th standard. Don't worry. Only just for naming I have told. Not only that, hydrogen is used in welding, welding torches. Okay, and when you go with graphite is used in pencils. Already we have covered in one of the part. Okay, not only that, graphite is used in zinc carbon batteries also. I hope you have learned in 7th standard about the batteries in the lesson electricity lesson. Not along with that, it is used in brake linings also. So these are the uses of non-metals. So phosphorus is used in firework industry. Not only that, it is used in making a special glasses which is used in sodium lamps. Sodium lamps are actually nowadays we are not finding these lamps. Actually, they are used as the street lights in olden days. Nowadays, instead of sodium lamps, they are replaced with CFLs and LED lightings. Before olden days, we used to find these sodium lamps in the street light. So these are the pictures where I told that sulfur is used in the fireworks. Not only that, sulfur is used as an antiseptic ointment. So these two are related to the non-metal uses. That too related to sulfur. Now coming to the use of metals, we had a wide list of uses of metals, children. one after the other. Just listen carefully. And these is an important question. They will ask what are the uses of metals as well as non-metals. Carefully you listen. Aluminium and copper mixture is used in currency notes, whereas medals and statues. And already we have covered that silver foil, which is decorated on sweets, also we have covered in one of the part. Not only that, thin aluminium foil, which is used in the inner packing of food materials, as well as the toffees also. Hope you remember this. And zinc and iron mixture, which is used in making of iron sheet. Okay. Along with that, most of the agricultural instruments are made by iron. Iron is used for making automobiles, machinery, water pipes, containers, etc. So, by looking at these uses of metals, iron has a wide usage in day-to-day life. So, when coming to gold and silver, they are used for making jewelry. We know that. When you have seen in the activity series also, these gold and silver are least reactivity metals. That point also we have seen in the last part. And one more part I told where I was discussing about the rusting of different materials. Okay, all the metals will not react equally to the components in air. You have to remember this point, children. Gold jewelry does not become dull as gold do not react with the components of air. Listen carefully, children, here. Different metals react with the components of air in different manner at different rates and different conditions. Okay, all metals equally, they don't react with atmospheric air as well as atmospheric moisture. So there are some metals which they do not react with the components of air. In that, gold and platinum are such metals which do not react with atmospheric air and moisture. So that is the reason they will not rust. Okay, I hope you have understood here. There, I told in the yesterday's part about rusting. So I missed few points there. Here I covered, children. Okay. Now when you come to the copper, already we have discussed about this. Copper is used for making electrical wires, cooking utensils, etc. Zinc is mainly used as a protective coating for iron in order to save the material which is made up of iron not to corrode easily. Okay. Next, aluminium is used for making electrical cables also and cooking utensils also. So whatever we see, the uses of metals, like metals are used in electrical appliances, automobiles, satellites, aeroplanes, cooking utensils, machinery, decorative materials. The basic nature of metals are malleability and ductility. These are the two properties of metals which find a wide application or usage in day-to-day life, what we find in different ways. So I hope you have understood the use of metals. So if you are seeing the picture, you got a picture related to the tools made up of iron, agricultural tools, aluminium cables, automobiles, different varieties of cars and all, satellites, coins made up of different materials. Okay, it may be a alloy or individual material. Okay, and next aeroplanes. So you have to understand what is an alloy. Alloy is a mixture of two or more metals or a metal and a non-metal. Okay, when examples of alloys are stainless steel, a mixture of iron, nickel and chromium, and a bronze is a mixture of iron and tin. So alloy will have more desirable properties than their individual elements, and they are most corrosive resistance. Already I have covered what is corrosion. So to avoid corrosion, we have to use two or three metals to make any object. Already I told when I told about zinc is mainly used as a protective coating for iron. As we know already that iron rusts easily. So to avoid a corrosion, we are mixing zinc is mainly used as a protective coating for iron. And already I told that zinc and iron mixture used in making of iron sheets. So I hope you have understood the uses of metals as well as non-metals till now. So here, whatever I am explaining here, this is one of the important TQ. Just listen carefully. How do you appreciate a wide range utility of aluminium right from utensils to spacecraft? So here the physical properties of aluminium made it a very important material that is used in the manufacture of a wide variety of articles. Listen carefully. Properties of aluminium, it is light, a good conductor of heat and electricity. Because of this property, it is used in the manufacturing of electrical wires, cables for transmission lines, and winding moving coils of dynamos and motors. Here, dynamo means your generator, your motors, water pumping motors. Okay. Next, aluminium powder plus linseed, one type of oil here, which is used in silvery white paints and lacquers. Okay. Next, cheap, good appearance and a good conductor of heat to make water baths, air baths, cooking and other household utensils, trays, etc. Highly malleable. You know what is meant by malleability, I hope so, which can be made into thin sheets. Each and every point of the lesson you have to remember, children. Not only for exam sake you read and left. Science is not such a subject. You have to remember each and every point. So because of high malleability, it is used to make aluminum foils, which is used in wrapping cigarettes, chocolates, and sweets. Children, carefully listen. What is lacquer? So it provides extremely intense gloss finish. Gloss finish means shiny finish, which is used on furnishings. Furnishings means like tables, dining tables, chairs, and all. Not only that, it is extremely durable and resistant to damage. However, over the time, it protects from discoloring. Or if you scratch also, it will not be damaged. I hope you have understood this related to lacquer. If you have doubt, just Google it. You can get the pictures related to lacquers. Okay. So, children, here's the list of few acids and bases. In that, in base, we can identify metal, whereas in acids, you can identify the non-metals. So, let us discuss each one. Calcium hydroxide, the metal we will find in that is calcium. Sodium hydroxide, sodium. Potassium hydroxide, potassium. Barium hydroxide is barium. Zinc hydroxide, zinc. Magnesium hydroxide, it is magnesium. So when you go to the list of acids, already in one part you have written the chemical formula for the acids. I hope so. Okay, no problem. In the sulfuric acid, we find non-metal. One is sulfur and oxygen. So what is the formula for sulfuric acid, children? H2SO4. So when you go with the hydrochloric acid, that is HCl, chlorine is non-metal, phosphoric acid H3PO4, phosphorus and oxygen is non-metal. When you go with the nitric acid, the formula is HNO3, nitrogen and oxygen comes under non-metals. Okay. When you go with the carbonic acid, the formula is H2CO3. Here, carbon as well as oxygen also we find in this. Okay, children, I hope you have understood. In bases we find metals, whereas in acids we find non-metals. So, children, actually it is a periodic classification. About this periodic classification, you are going to learn in detail in 10th standard. But whatever we have come across in the lesson like metals and non-metals, we find in this periodic classification. Okay, so actually what is periodic classification? Is a table showing classification of elements in rows and columns. Only to understand what is a row and what is a column. So rows are called periods, whereas columns are called groups. So metals and non-metals are not separated in this table. All together they are presented here. So when you find this, all the metals are of one color and the non-metal is of one color. And we have find a metalloid. A metalloid is a material which shows the property which is intermediate between a metal and a non-metal. So about these metalloids you are going to learn in the higher level, children. Okay, so let us find few examples of metals here. You know sodium, Na, potassium, K. In that, whatever you know, just only those you see, children. So iron, Fe, okay, like that. Copper, Cu, zinc, Zn. I hope I have given few element names, na? Those all I'm discussing here. And we know non-metal like hydrogen, H, carbon, C, nitrogen, N, oxygen, O, phosphorus, P, sulfur, S, chlorine, Cl, fluorine, F. Children, if you are interested, you can learn these all metals and non-metals with the symbols, their names also. Okay? If you are interested, you can proceed. So, children, in today's class, we have completed the uses of metals and non-metals, and we have seen whatever the laboratory acids and bases in that. We have found metals as well as non-metals, and the periodic classification also we have seen where metals and non-metals are presented with the different colors. Along with metals and non-metals, we have metalloids also. Okay, with that, I am going to conclude today's class. Have a good day. Thank you, children. Please don't neglect your studies, children. I want everyone to complete the assignments. Okay, it is your responsibility to study. Thank you.